So there's one question which has been asked when I posted that I want to interview Dr. Provost, so that it may not be, you may not know the exact answer, maybe your counselors may know, but it has been requested, so I'm just asking. Okay, so no, you can reply whatever you know. So this is related to, as we discussed at the start of the interview, about the housing crisis. So Edinburgh is facing a housing crisis. And what are the steps the council has taken to tackle this housing crisis? And some landlords are concerned the new legislation which has come in place of restricting the short-term letting. They think that it might impact the tourism and and other businesses. So how do you think that council should strike a balance, protecting the right of tenant as well as protecting the right of the business? So what do you think about the housing crisis, and how are you tackling that?
Okay, I mean, the real housing crisis is for people who cannot afford to buy, and house prices in Edinburgh are very high.
Yeah.
So we need affordable rented housing
Mhm.
for people. Now, there's already been a policy that where any new housing is being built, a high proportion of that, that's 25 or 30%, has to be
Given to the
affordable
Mhm.
housing. So
Mhm.
any developer wanting to develop housing developments, they have to make sure that a high proportion is affordable. So that's part of it. But we have got an acute shortage. Part of it is due, and this is where I get a bit part political, due to the sale of so many council houses during the 1980s and 1990s under the right to buy, which were not replaced.
Yeah.
So there simply aren't the same number of social rented houses available. Part of it is Edinburgh is really successful. So our population is growing really very fast, and we don't have the variety of accommodation and the affordable accommodation to deal with that. And part of it, and this links into the second part of your question, is the enormous growth of the short-term letting sector. Because what that has done is it's taken a number of flats out of the reckoning to be of being rented by permanent residents. So they go to tourists rather than residents. So answering the second part of your question, getting the balance right is important. And I recognise that Airbnb and other platforms which offer a chance for budget accommodation for people visiting the city is important.
Yeah.
But we've also got to balance that against the need for residents to have access to good quality rented accommodation for their permanent living arrangements. So I know that some people operating businesses are a bit concerned about this, but it's just a matter of trying to work our way through.
I'm sure you'll find some solution.
Well, we try, and I'm sure it won't be right to begin with. I think it'll take a while to say.
So to all our viewers and listeners, the Lord Provost and his office is working to solve this housing crisis, and we all need to support them as well.
In audio.